Going back to Chaplin, I know just from reading, you did a ton of preparation for that film. And I wonder if that preparation was fear-based or was it reverence because he was such a genius that you've been given this man to portray. How did all the preparation and all the work you did for that film kind of inform the rest of your career?
Well, I mean, it was my first Iron Man experience where I went in and screen tested for something that there wasn't exactly, you know, immediate faith that I could do it. So I like a challenge.
What was that screen test like?
It was like, well, first of all, I went in to meet Richard Attenborough, and he held up a picture of Tom Cruise and goes, "Now, isn't that a remarkable resemblance?" And I was like, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, you should give him the part.
You're kidding me.
No, I don't even think Tom considered doing it. I don't know what he did. He could have. But anyway, what essentially happened was they put the movie together, and then the financing kept getting pulled or falling apart or put back together until I think Carol Code did it with TriStar. That Dickie kept calling me and saying, "Darling, just hold on 3, 5, 7 more months." So I think I wound up having, you know, like 9 months or something like that to get ready.
So you screen test, and then the movie doesn't start for another.
Yeah, but I was cast.
You were cast.
That's
okay.
all I needed to hear.
And when you did the screen test, did you know? Were you able to prepare for it? Say these are the scenes we want to see, or was it?
Yeah. I had a couple afternoons with a dialect coach, and I had a day or two with a movement coach, and it was this very kind of haphazard, just kind of a grab bag of Chaplinisms or whatever. But I think I was supposed to play with like a step ladder or something like that, and that went okay. I couldn't tell you what I did or what I was thinking I was going to do. But I felt, I just felt akin to the guy. I spent a fair amount of time going around to some of the places he'd been. But to answer your original question, yeah, the longer I had to get ready, the more I realized that this guy was an absolute mountain, and there was no way that I could really ever do anything besides, you know, be as honest as I could imagine about portraying an aspect of him, which was his public and private personas.
I read that you learned to play tennis left-handed.
Yeah.
Well,
I learned to play tennis with old tennis rackets, and then I was looking at some old films, and I realized he was ambidextrous, that he was playing left-handed. Then I went back to my tennis coach and said, "Just one last thing, we got to switch." And then the day that we shot it, it all kind of went out the window, and I'm there with Kevin Kline, who's just like, "Darling, will they really know?" And I couldn't let go.
But I find that interesting that it must have gone through your head, like, no one's going to know this but me.
Right.
But yet you felt like it was important to do that.
Well, look, part of that is the story, being able to sit here, you know, 21 years later and tell you how committed I was. So oftentimes I think the most earnest things are done with motive. In that moment, I was like 25, 26 years old, and you couldn't tell me otherwise.